this is Joe from Guitar 5.3, and this is another express lesson for any folks that are still kind of in lockdown or beyond. So a wee lesson in hopefully under 5 minutes, and this week is a good one for beginners. So everyone wants to be able to do quick changes in the chords. It's one of the big frustrations when you're starting, is doing the kind of hesitation in between. Lots of different ways you can do this, but one of the ways that I teach students when they're starting out is about having what I call anchors. So starting on A, I think A is one of the best chords just to get your fingers around. Nice easy shape. 1, 2, 3. So everything on the second fret is good as well, just to get your fingers squashed together for a wee bit, and it's a nice one to be able to see how to get nice rounded fingers onto the fingertips. So you don't want them flat, because you'll end up hitting other strings and stopping them ringing out. So nice round fingers, fingertips 1, 2, 3 for the A. But getting from A to D, everybody, the habit that everybody always kind of falls into is taking the fingers off and putting them all back on. Which, if you followed the last one about the last video I did about economy of effort, is just a waste of movement, because your third finger is already on the string you need it to be for a D. So to get from an A to a D, the simplest way is, now I would say if you're starting off, just have your first and second fingers come off the strings, slide your third finger just into the third fret. It doesn't have to go all the way up here or all the way to the middle, just as long as it gets over that fret. And then your second finger down the E, on the E string, second fret, and your first finger 2 strings above it. Now when you're playing D, ideally you want to try and avoid hitting the E and the A, bottom 4 strings only. So A to D, slide the third finger across, don't take it off the string, second finger down, first finger 2 above it. And just try and do that between A and D, A and D, and just backwards and forwards. You will feel it if you're just starting, you will feel it on the third finger, because you're asking a lot, you're pushing down all the time. Take a wee break if your finger starts getting sore. Now the nice one from A to D, without taking that third finger off, the same applies when you're going from when you go from D to the E. The first finger is your anchor point. So when you go from A, third finger anchors to that string, to the D. Your first finger, when you're going from D to E, it stays on the same string, and it's just sliding back 1 fret, and your second and third just pop up above it in the second fret again. So A, third finger, slide forward, drop 2 behind it, D to E, slide that first finger back, and let your second and third fingers pop up above it. And then you can do it back to the D. So a nice wee exercise to do is just try and do that with these anchor points in place. And if it starts getting to the point where you're feeling a bit more confident, even if you don't believe that you'll be capable of doing it, just try doing it without looking. Just try doing it. Even close your eyes and get to that D, and see if you can, even if you kind of, something sounds a bit off, and then have a look and see where you're going wrong. Replace the fingers in the right position and try again. But put your fingers in place for the A. Have a look, make sure they're in the right start position, and see if you can do it without looking. And just feel, right, first finger back, second and third go up, and then do it in reverse. First finger goes forward again at the second fret, second and third, pop down underneath it, and see how you go on with that. But if you can, it'll shave precious time off the changes by getting rid of the need to take your finger off just to put it back onto the same string. So again, there is kind of in keeping with that philosophy of economy of effort, If the fingers are already on the string, just let it slide forward. Not if it doesn't suit everybody, this, but I find at the very start it's a nice wee way of remembering which fingers go where. So have a go, see how you go on. Any questions, get in touch and have fun.